Hey everyone, good morning. It's Remy from Authentic Beauty. It's here in the morning in Thailand, and I have something to share with you. I had a thought, some experience last day. I got kind of triggered. I was looking online on Facebook, and I saw a picture from a guy who was there, who was who had heavily abused a small little animal. And I will save you the details what he had done and what was shown in that picture, because otherwise you have maybe sleepless days for the next weeks. But it was horrible to see. And for me, I was noticing that I was really closing my heart, closing it, full of anger, full of frustration, wishing him not the best things. And I was noticing that I was like impacted by that. But why do I share this? What's wrong with that, let's say? Well, that was my reaction. After that, I got like exploring. I was like thinking, what would have happened to him? Why could he do something like this? What did he miss in his life? And the more I thought about it, could be lots of things. Maybe he didn't have parents that took care of him. Maybe his parents were not there anymore. Maybe he was heavily bullied when he was young. Things like that, you know. Maybe he had a trauma from something. Maybe he has absolutely low confidence. Lots of things could have happened. But what he is missing in essence is love. It could be self-love, that he loves himself, or that he does not have the idea that he is loved by the people around him. So I was thinking about it. Yeah, that's what he is missing. In our society, what we do with cases like this, we punish them. We correct them, we punish them, but we do not in anything do an attempt to solve this lack of love. And how can we then ever solve problems like this? I give you a story from my girlfriend that she shared yesterday. It was really beautiful. She told me that she had one guy in her classroom. She was a school teacher for many years. One guy in her classroom was always causing lots of problems. Speaking when everyone was silent. Throwing with objects. Even throwing with chairs, or at least wanting to throw with chairs. But she, for 1 year, took special attention for him, talked with him one-on-one, close eye contact, and she always felt the love for him. She always expressed that to him, to that little boy. She said, "Hey, this is what you have done. I really love you, and that's what you must know, that we really love you. But the behavior that you have done, throwing with this chair, I cannot tolerate that. That's not good." And she tried it for weeks and weeks, and it seems not to have effect at all. But in the end of the year, there was a moment for an evaluation, to evaluate how she had given the lessons and what the students could say about her. And there was a space where people could thank her. But the most good, let's say good students, if you call it like that, they were quiet. "Oh, thank you for the year. Yeah, you did a good job." Okay, not too much. But then that little guy stood up. And he said like, "You are the first person that really understood me. And I want to thank you for that." Wow, it's really beautiful. And she told me that she started to cry, and can also imagine how it is for that guy. So deep inside, that guy knew there was something, that on an emotional level there was something not, let's say, in place, while his behavior resulted in that. So if you only correct the behavior, it will not lead you anywhere. What I noticed when I read that, when I saw on Facebook the picture from that abusement guy, I noticed that I felt a contraction. I felt how my heart was going to close. I felt that like lots of thoughts were coming in. My inner voice was changing, like that, you know, like I was. It also dragged me from the moment. Normally I'm looking around, I'm seeing that, but it was more like my eye vision was more like getting to focus, and then the thoughts were coming in, and my breathing was different, like that. And then I was thinking about this example from her. What does this guy, in essence, really need to solve his behavior? And that's the love. And I think that we should all have an opportunity to learn to be always loving. And always loving does not mean that you say to a guy that like this who abused that animal, like, it's okay, I love you. No, that's not loving. But you can punish him, correct him, while there is still love present. What's the effect of it? I can show you with another example. In a tribe in Africa, I heard there was one time they were also really conscious and really loving community. And when someone did something bad, like he robbed someone or he insulted someone or he hurt someone, they put him in the center of attention, and the whole tribe gave him lots of love. And that seemed for them really effective. And I can imagine that, because why does he hurt someone? Probably to get attention or to get something outside of himself that he cannot find within himself. And yeah, that's for me, thinking in those ways. Like, when do you know that your heart is getting close? You feel a contraction in your body. You start, as I described, you notice your breathing is changing when you're getting into that anger. Your physical body changes. And these are for me the important moments, because this is not authentic. Authentic is that you are coming, that you can find that love within yourself. That's authentic. That's the real you. That's the real essence. It's like a baby. A baby is authentic. He's born, he's smiling, he's happy. Of course he can cry sometimes, but he can easily tap into that love. If you see a baby, he cries, and you show him his favorite toy, he's happy again. What we are doing here in society, we're finding excuses why not to love. And our mind, they come from our mind, their mind finds an excuse, and here's the stream of love, and the mind blocks it. And then we hold on to it, we make a story of it, and we remember it. Let's say, when you have an appointment and someone is late, it's okay, yeah, no problem, no, it's okay, you're late. But the next time you will remember it. And it's there, that blockage again, for fully loving. You have it in your mind. That's what we do with relationships as well. You have an argument about something. Yeah, but last week you did that in that moment. So we give it too much power. We give it the power, we put it on the road, it becomes an obstacle for love flowing. And that's something like, there's a great quote from, I think it's from Gandhi, like, be the change you want to see in the world. I like to see a more loving world. where people love each other, where people are uh, more, yeah, more loving, more happy, more together, more close, more caring about each other. That's what I like to see in this world. But what can I do myself in those moments when I got triggered by a picture from a guy with the abuser of an animal, with the eyes like negative and full of hate and full of, it triggers me. And that's for me the lesson to learn. That I stay centered, I stay on my own power. That I'm not affected by that. Because otherwise, it is like a net of apples. You have one that is starting to rot, and it affects all of them. We should be the ones that are not affected and stay connected with our true essence, that loving part of us. Yeah, that's what I'd like to share. Thank you for watching.